Welcome to Supervisor Skills, a series of short recordings to support supervisors. Today's topic is the why of compliance. This short video is an introduction to compliance as a container or a tool to help everyone contribute to a great place to work. I'm Rachel Knox, and I'm your HR compliance training partner. Let's start with a quote that might not seem like it applies to compliance. Author Haruki Murakami, in his book, What I Talk About When I Talk About Running, says, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. It's a fairly universal truth about life. It makes me sad that anyone anywhere has to encounter pain. But coincidentally, there's a correlation to policy, contracts, and procedural compliance. Here's our why for compliance and how we can see the importance of our choices related to compliance. Compliance is inevitable. It's mandatory. There are many federal, state, local rules, laws, and statutes that ensure that employees and employers do the right thing. Compliance is never a weapon or a shield. How many of you have ever had a supervisor say to you, I'd love to let you take that day off, work from home 5 days a week, say mean things about your coworkers, but policy says that I can't let you do that? Depending on the context of the conversation, this statement is a way of using compliance as a weapon or a shield. A statement like this is also confusing and can set up a problematic relationship between a supervisor and their direct report. Our compliance why is because compliance is the right thing to do and abiding by the bargaining agreements, contracts, culturally respectful hiring practices, laws prohibiting retaliation, policy on time off, etc., makes our workplace a better place to work. Say that again, because compliance is the right thing to do and abiding by the things that guide compliance, laws, statutes, contracts, it makes our workplace a better place to work. So compliance isn't really a choice in some ways, but it is. There are options. So as we think about why compliance is so important, let's consider a conversation you and I might have. You come to me for a confidential conversation about an employee who's been exhibiting concerning behaviors for the past 5 or 7 days. You tell me a little bit about the specific behaviors and how it's impacting the students, your team, the culture in your department. Now, I could ask you about strategies, we could brainstorm ideas, we could jump to performance management or progressive discipline. That would be a little like me taking a pitcher of water and pouring it all over the desk in front of us. Lots of ideas, no container or direction. A better way would be for us to have a conversation about what COCC policies, bargaining agreement, or contract, what departmental procedures are in place that apply to this employee and the issues you're facing. Policies and procedures are like a water glass or a hydro flask if you prefer. Policies and procedures are the container for what comes next in the conversation. And what comes next, whether we brainstorm about a conversation you could have with the employee, we might talk about questions you might ask the employee, we could consider what might need to be done or not done, and what you will do to document. All of that is the water that we pour into the glass. The glass is the container of compliance. Watch for more videos that will cover specific compliance tools and how compliance informs our actions, interactions, and relationships with each other.